program where one of the ladies shared how she was diagnosed as type 2 diabetic in 2000, and her diabetes was under control until 2014 when she was put on medication. And so she's continued telling this story, and she kept using the words, my diabetes was under control, my blood sugar was under control, all this under control, control this, controlling, all of that. And so when she got done sharing, I was like, I want you to really think about this. Why is it that in healthcare we want to control or use the word control when we talk about type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure? It's always control or manage. These conditions are not normal to the body. They are caused by something. So instead of just not having type 2 diabetes and not having high blood pressure, we want to just control it or manage it. And in her situation, right, because it would just be better to not have those, but in her situation, her condition was, her disease was maintained, it was controlled, it was managed for 14 years. And so I had to tell her, you know, in those 14 years that you were not on medication, but still technically diagnosed as being type 2 diabetic, do you know how much damage was being done to your arteries, to your blood vessels, to your organs in your body? How much the inflammation and the insulin resistance was doing to your body over those 14 years. And even more than that, how many years had that insulin resistance, had that pre-diabetes, had that A1C been rising and rising and rising over those years until it became high enough for her to be officially diagnosed as type 2 diabetic? So you've had all of those years and years and years of damage being done, and then we're going to just manage or control it. Instead of just trying to get rid of it, instead of trying to reverse it, we'll just put you on medications, because that's essentially what happened to her. So they decided to put her on medications. And I just find it so ironic and sad that we're trying to manage and control these chronic conditions that are not normal. They're abnormal for us, but we have normalized them because we want to give them medications to control them. And so one of the reasons that I so recommended, I've done videos on, is asking for a fasting insulin test when you have your blood work done, because we can catch pre-diabetes, we can catch your A1C, we can catch your insulin levels so much earlier by just running a fasting insulin test, because your insulin levels should be stable, they should be low. And if we can catch them rising, we know there's a reason behind that, and then we can tackle this reason of why. We just don't let it continue to go and then do something about it when it gets high enough. When you're insulin resistant, when you have metabolic dysfunction, when you are pre-diabetic, when your A1C is 5.7, 5.8, 5.9, 6, and on and on and on. So again, the managing and the maintaining of these chronic illnesses that are not normal to the human body, but so much of healthcare, traditional healthcare, mainstream medicine has allowed it to become normal, and has allowed it to just continue on. And we just want to mask the symptoms by giving medications instead of getting to the root cause and reversing these, because these are totally reversible, type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. And one of the ways that I teach with intermittent fasting, you can totally reverse type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance through intermittent fasting. It's not the only way, but it is a really great way to do it, and to do it safely and to do it quickly, to prevent time from going by, because all the time that goes by is more and more damage that is happening to your blood vessels, to your muscles, to your organs, to your little eyeballs, to your kidneys, to your toes, to your fingers, right? All of that is being damaged slowly over time. It's essentially killing you slowly because once those areas of your body are damaged, they predispose you to developing worse complications down the road, to heart disease, cardiovascular disease, to high blood pressure if you don't already got it. Because I can guarantee you, if you got type 2 diabetes, you're going to have high blood pressure. And if you got high blood pressure, more than likely, you're going to get type 2 diabetes. They go hand in hand. I see it all the time in patients. And these conditions have some serious complications, life-threatening complications, if we do not catch it early enough, if we don't reverse it, if we just continue to maintain and manage. We're not really doing anything. We're not really doing anything about the problem. We're just prolonging people's illness, keeping them sick. That's what these medications do. So I'm offering a better solution, a way to reverse this, to prevent it, to bring awareness to you around it and what your options are. So if you'd like to learn more or have questions about this specifically, about high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, those are all my jam. I'd love to talk to you more about it. And if you found this helpful, tag it, share it with somebody, way they can utilize it and make better informed decisions about their health care.